etymological, right? Of course, what is etymological? It simply means any word has two kinds of meanings. One is what is called usage, right? The other one is what is called etymological. In Sanskrit, we call it rudhi for the first one, and yogika for the second one. Yogika artha, the meaning that comes out of etymology. Etymology is splitting a word into its components. So let's take the word guru. Guru simply stands for darkness. We all say tamasoma jyotirgamaya. You say that in our classes. What we are saying is from darkness, somebody has to take us to where there is light. Why? Simple. Because darkness and ignorance have the same property, that they do not reveal their objects. Right? If you are sitting in darkness, you don't know what's there. So what do? Switch on the light. Simple. Same thing happens when you try to understand other things. Not just what is in the room. There are many other things to know as well. And that's why you're all still going to school, to learn different things that you didn't know before. Let's talk about the learning part later, a little bit later. But now the word guru Guru stands for ignorance and darkness. Guru is somebody somebody who takes it away. Whoever takes your ignorance away is your guru. Simple, right? As I was saying, light and knowledge have the same properties. Why? When you switch on the light, what happens? The light establishes itself, and then it tells you all the things that are in the room. Wherever the light falls down, whatever object is illuminated by that light, you will be able to know that there is a certain thing. Same property with knowledge as well. Knowledge also establishes itself, and it also shows whoever has that object, it will show it to him. Right? This is how light and knowledge have very similar properties. That's why some of our acharyas like Shankaracharya, they have called it Jnana Jyoti. They have combined it into one single word. Jyoti means light, and Jnana is knowledge. Jnana Jyoti is, in the English language, right, we have a proper word for it actually. You throw some light on the subject. We use that word, throwing light. It has come there because knowledge and light have the same properties. What happens if, just as when you switch on the light, you know it, that the light is there. Do you need another light to know that this light is on? No, you don't. Same is the property of knowledge. You don't need another piece of knowledge to say that, oh, there is this knowledge. You don't need that. What happens if it was like that? Let's go back to our light example, because it's a lot easier to understand light. Knowledge is kind of complicated. When you switch on the light, what if you needed another torch to find out if this light is on or off? Then who will tell you whether the torch is on or off? You will need another torch. Now who will tell you? And so on. Now you have created an infinite number of torches, and you will never be able to say whether this light is on or off. But that's not how we live, do we? We all know right away. But if that light doesn't switch on for some reason, then you need a torch, of course. Okay? Similar is knowledge. When there is knowledge, it establishes itself to the knower. Knowledge is not something that sits outside of beings. Right? It's not like something sitting on a wall. We hope, we wish it was like that. Otherwise, we could have bought knowledge from Walmart for $10. Knowledge on sale. It has not happened because it is not something that is outside of beings, irrespective of all the bots we have, all the AI tools we have, everything. Still, whoever created the bot, right? He was a being. Let's not forget that. We'll see where the AI ends, but there is more to it than this knowledge. Whenever we mention the word knowledge, there is the knower, the known, and whoever has that knowledge. Whoever has that knowledge is the knower. The object of knowledge. You can't just say, oh, I know. What do you know? The object. There is an object for that knowledge. It is similar to your dinner, as we said. When you want to eat something, there should be some guy who is eating. There should be something to eat. And the act of eating should also be taking place. When all that happens, there is dinner. Jnana is exactly like that. Nothing different. There should be something to be known. There is the Vishaya, or the object of knowledge. And whoever gets that knowledge, he is the knower. And then finally, the process of knowing has to happen. That's why not everybody gets every piece of knowledge. Somebody who goes to like a medical school, like this girl, how is the school coming along there? Good. So they know more about the human body, the physiology, the anatomy. We generally know about even these doctors, because they have the specialized knowledge of the same thing. So there is a process for it. And that process of knowledge, when it comes to perception, the organ, those five sensory organs, should come into contact with those objects. There shouldn't be any flaw in between, right? So all errors occur because of conditions of cognition that are subpar. Right? I'm sure I've talked about this in class many times. And true knowledge occurs when you take away all the conditions that are wrong. For example, if I take out my glasses, now everything is blurry. You can ask me to read, but I won't know whether it is a R or a S or a T, right? Because my condition of cognition is not perfect. That's all. Now make it perfect, then it's if it is an R, it is an R, if it is a T, it is a T. That's simple as that. This is how error and knowledge work together. Of course, there is many more things to be talked about here, but for this class, that should be good. Can you get me water? It's there on the sofa. Absolutely. Right. Then, let's go back to Guru. The word Guru again. So Guru is someone who removes our ignorance. So can you just remove, it's not like garbage. You throw out something and then you know. So the knowledge and has to replace ignorance. Right? Just as garbage, when you remove garbage, you also have to do other things to fill up with good stuff. Right? Same thing has to happen here. It's not just the removal is one aspect. Then what do you replace it with? That is knowledge. And that knowledge itself, right, for all of us, comes in only three ways. There's no fourth way at all. First one is, of course, perception, which your five sensory organs, along with your mind and your conscience. These are the seven sensory organs, so to say. Internally you have like five of them, externally you have five of them. In any case, these are all functional divisions. And then there is perception. Then there is inference. Some things you have to infer because your five sensory organs do not show you directly. Like time. Right? You don't really see time. Even you don't see air, for example. Right? Only when wind blows, you know that, through your sense of touch, you know that there is wind. Otherwise, you won't see it. As simple as. So there are a lot of things that you have to infer based on your prior experience and what you actually observe. If you observe smoke, you know something has caught in fire, something has caught fire, and so on. So there's a lot of inference that has to happen. All microwave that you use on a daily basis, it's because you infer. You don't, right? You keep it for 30 seconds, you know how much warm it will be next day. First day, of course, you will know, for 1 minute, then something spills, and you got yelled at, and all that happens. So by trial and error, we have figured out, and we know how to infer this correctly. So the trial and error and figuring out is, there are technical words for all that. All that should have happened prior to correct inference. When you get wrong inference, just as your conditions or conclusions are wrong, you get wrong knowledge. So also, a inference that was gone bad results in wrong or the knowledge that is not true. That also has the name knowledge. This is the trouble here. You wish when somebody says, nobody says, oh, come here, I will give you ignorance. Have you heard anybody saying that? No, everybody claims, oh, come here, I will give you knowledge. Yeah, of course, a lot of people claiming that, including myself. But that doesn't mean everybody will give you knowledge. Whatever they give you, you take it and make it your own. There is a process for it. That's what Vedanta has identified it as. So the first step is to hear, listen, read, all that comes in the same category of listening. Because what happens when you talk? You can only talk about what you already know. And you talk about something that you don't know, try. You don't know something, however, you don't even know what you don't know, isn't it? And unless somebody tells you you didn't know that, then oh, but you know that. So not knowing is actually in the past. Once you come to know about it, then you know. Anyway, so the point here is, that's why learning happens when you listen. We made Vidya Ganapati for that reason. There is a technical reason for that. You needed somebody who has a mouth closed. So we put a large, what do you call it? Trunk on his mouth so he cannot open it. And a large ear so that every sound gets to him. That is how you learn things. So remember Ganesha, why we made him into an elephant god and called him Vidyagrama for this reason. Unless there is Shravana, there is no learning. Simple. Number one. But is that enough though? Not enough really, because there should be, you have to internalize it. That is, you have to do your own contemplation on all the things you have heard, including what I am talking about. And then you lead the life of what you conclude. That will become knowledge for you. Right? So it should become Shravana, Manana. The third one we call it Dhyana or Nididhyasana, which is experiential type of knowledge. It is the experience that will tell you what is and what is not. Right? When in doubt, for example, whether this is water or not, it looks like water, but then if you drink it, that experience will tell you whether it's water or not. So the truth of knowledge is always confirmed by your own experience. And your conscience is the one that does it for you. We call it Sakshi in our language. Anyway, just because you people do not know Sanskrit doesn't mean anything, because you can. The concepts are same, it's universal. There's nothing to do with any religion or any, South India, North India, nothing to do with any of that. Or, whether it is in Europe or Russia, America, it makes no difference. This is simply pure case of analysis of how and why, what knowledge is and how it occurs. That's what we learn in our classes. That's why we kind of keep all our practices aside, right? And just learn. Right? Because they are also needed, this is also needed, right? We have to have a good marriage between them. Coming back to Guru, that's the word who removes ignorance. Therefore, because you have to learn, and by hearing, this is the first step. Somebody has to speak for you to hear, and whoever is speaking is the Guru. Alright, got it? Vakta, Vaktaramavatu, Vaktaram. So there's special status for that, whoever is speaking. Then, Vandana. Vandana is also a very complicated word. Vandana is your mind, right? It can occupy different states. Like many of you sitting here and thinking about a video game, look for example, right? I'm sure there are a lot of cell phones going. All that is one mind state of your mind, and that's fine. But among all these different slots that your mind could have been in, there is one special state. That is the Vandana part. It can't be physical. If you observe how the word Vandana is used in Shastra, I will, this inquiry, right, which occurs within you to know things, that is the Vandana part. If you are not serious about inquiry, not serious about knowing, then you are not really doing one. All the physical namaskara, etc., those are all physical. Right? They don't take you anywhere when it comes to knowledge. But in the case of knowledge, in the words of Jayadith, Manah pranam pravanata hi vandana. So your ability to put your mind to focus and concentrate and absorb and internalize what you hear, that is the contemplation part. That is your vandana. Jignasa tad vishesha, he says. So this Jnana is actually one specialized form of that Vandana. This is how you are able to do this Vandana at all times. Vande Vandhyam Sada. You have heard God's story, isn't it? Vandhyam Sada. How is it possible otherwise? You can't, if you just do once Namaskara, you cannot get up at all otherwise. Because physical, yes. But that's not what we're talking about. And hence, Guru Vandana is where you contemplate and internalize what you have learned, not just by listening and repeating it from your mouth. That's one aspect. That is just the basic aspect. But there is much more for it to become knowledge. Right? All right. That is Guru Vandana. Any questions? Okay. You feel free to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you know. We are first, as I say, that's part of internalization. So questions are very encouraged here. All right, let's, Avani, coming. Avani, Anirudh, whoever is there in the class, please come to the front. Shala, Shalini, Navane, Sanita, Karnamaya, bring the bag. I will set up a next day. Are you broadcasting it or?
ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರಗಳಿದೆ ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ತೋತ್ರಗಳಲ್ವಾ
Yeah, we're going to go.
ಸರಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್
Just wanted to tell them the meaning of guruvandana. That's all. Bara Samita.